Hello, my friends. Thank you for joining me for a quick little video today. I just wanted to bring your attention to a couple of podcasts that I recently did. One is basically on essentially everything, essential oils, and the other is on the role of spirituality in medicine. And I really think it's important right now at this time when we are in the midst of a fear epidemic to detach ourselves from our amygdalas getting hijacked and to take a break from some of the negative news and the weight of the world events. And I know this can be challenging. I mean, advertising, media, and social networks are all masterful at grabbing our attention and keeping it to our detriment and to society's detriment at times. I'm not saying they don't have their good points, because they do, but we have to be in control of how we use them and be aware of how they affect us. We do have tools to support us and to shift our brain patterns so that we can heal from the past, and also use these tools to support us to move towards more post-traumatic growth rather than being stuck. We can actually act more constructively, process our emotions, and move through life with more intention, more focus, more productivity, and peace of mind. Not saying that's easy, and we might have to get help along the way, and we might have to seek and get professional help if things are really too much for us to handle, or if we're going through pretty intensive life changes. And I do urge you to do that. But the fact is that life is going to always throw us curveballs. And history shows we're always going to have these ups and downs, these green times and these lean times. And if we work now, which is probably one of the more difficult times in history, to be very conscious of our mental health and take care to nourish our mind and bodies, we're more likely to move through trying times with more resiliency. So I'd really like you to tune into these two podcasts because they cover a lot of areas and things that we're grasping right now in our history with medicine and how this can be evoking change to move to a model of more holism, as well as how essential oils fit into that picture of nurturing our bodies and our minds and our self-care. Now, you're going to love Coach Tony Wechsler, and you're going to love nutrition nerd, Sarah Genovese. Sarah and I discussed all things essential oils. It ranged from their properties, their characteristics, their use, their quality, their history. We even talked about holism and synergy, relationships, lifestyle medicine, really getting to the root cause of things. And she also caught me off guard with 3 questions that made me blush, but you couldn't see it because it was a podcast. So you're going to have to check that out. And then Tony and I dove into something I'm also very passionate about. If you've been following this channel, you know, spirituality and medicine. And by spirituality, I mean anything that gives someone a purpose. We took the conversation to really deep levels. We explored the concept of the mind-body connection, spirituality and purpose and healing, mindset as medicine, the placebo effect, and how a doctor influences patient outcomes. We even talked about essential oils there too. So make sure you check the video description for the link to the podcasts. Tune into those. And I also have additional resources and updates on some of the references that we talked about in the podcast. So you can check those out if you want. And there's some pretty cool studies on spirituality that I found too that I included in the article. So that'll be in the video description. And I will also have a link to all the different resources that I have available to you to help you make conscious, as Tony would say, Coach Tony, purposely positive choices. And that's not to cover up, right, the emotions that we need to process and heal, but it is to move us forward and to be conscious of what our choices are and how they impact our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. So thank you again for listening so much, and I will talk to you soon.